Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am GCROCK, and today we are asking an important question. We are asking, what is the best raid exotic on the Division 2? So we asked this question in stream on Tuesday night. It sparked a little bit of debate. It was really, really fun. Got a clip here that I'm going to show you in a second. And after that clip, what we're going to do is we're going to get into each raid exotic, what they do, and I'm going to give you my opinion. If you watch the stream on Tuesday, or if you watch me, you already know what my opinion is. But we're going to go through it anyway in this video for those that haven't saw me before, and I want you to answer the question as well down in the video comments. So let me know what your favorite raid exotic is and why. Keep the debate healthy, please, and remember, everybody's got their opinion. Now, before we do begin and start off with this clip, I just ask that you like and share the videos to support it, get more people involved. Subscribe if you're new to the channel today. I'd really appreciate it. And when you leave the video, or before you leave the video rather, there's a link to our fantastic gaming community down at the top of the video description. Come and check us out. We are on our way to 17,000 members. If you're a Division agent, I'm sure you're not going to regret it. And one more plug before we do start. We hit 100 members last week. Thank you so much. We're aiming for 110 now. If you want to support that way, go and click join from the channel homepage and check it out. We've got some new perks coming soon. Can't wait to announce them, and I really appreciate all this support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we're now going to kick this off. We're going to start it off with a clip from the stream last week where we started off the debate. You heard the numbers, and I'm going to get straight into each raid exotic on the Division 2. Hello, 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 hello. No, it's not. The Eagle Bear is the best. 70% of people, 70% of voters disagree with you, okay? I'm unmuting you now. I'd say you're incorrect. How's everybody? Hello, hello.
Oh, we're doing good.
I knew this question would cause a stare. I knew it.
Mike wants an audit of the results. He does not.
I
Very
was
nice. Look, it's a very vanilla gun. It's nice. You get the little tenacity buff. It's cool.
You don't
But
use it
to-
with glass
to be
cannon, and
able
you
to
can tell
one-tap
you don't use it
anyone
with
in
glass
the
cannon.
game, what? No. I'm just telling you. Be able to one-tap anyone is so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun, but it's all
And see that
opinion.
big
And
red
at the
explosion
minute,
ring?
it is fun. I agree. Yeah, I agree. But running perfect glass cannon and face tanking enemies and just watching them stagger because they just like can't shoot back is beautiful, and that's your play style. And the Eagle Bear lets you do it.
It is fun.
We could argue all day. We
But
could
not
argue
as
all day. Okay, so in that clip, you might have heard me say 70% of people voted on the EB. Well, the stats from that stream, we had 246 votes, and in the end, 73% voted that the EB was the best raid exotic, followed by 14% saying the Regulus and 13% saying the Rav. Now, a few points, good points, in fact, did come up during that debate. One of the points was the fact that most people will only have the Eagle Bearer, which is why they'd say the Eagle Bearer is the best, with the Ravenous and the Regulus being tougher to get. That is a very good point. So we asked the chat, there's 8 of us in chat that all had all 3 of them, and half of the chat said the Eagle Bearer was the best. So that's kind of debuffed that a little bit, but it's still a valid point. A lot of people voting would have only had the Eagle Bearer. So we do need to take that into account. You can use that in the arguments down below in the comments if you want to. But anyway, they were the stats from the stream. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at each of the exotics now and I'm going to give my opinion as we go. So the Eagle Bearer, if we just take a quick look at this and what the Eagle Bearer does, you already know this is my favorite raid exotic, but we're letting you know that now. It's what we're starting with. I absolutely love it. But before we get into why, you can see that with the exotic Eagle Bearer, you get this from the Dark Hours raid, and it comes with assault rifle damage, health damage, and headshot damage. The talent is Eagle Strike, where your accuracy is increased as you continuously fire up to 30%. Headshot kills grant a tenacity buff for 15 seconds, and the strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. You can see what tenacity does there. 40 to 80% of the damage taken is delayed until the buff expires. All of the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active, up to 100% with 3 kills. Now, what I love about the Eagle Bearer personally is its versatility. Like, you can use it in pretty much any situation. It's great in PvE, it's great in PvP as well. Personally, I don't use it in PvP. I'd go for a high-end AR. But for PvE, I truly believe is the best AR to use if you like glass cannon. The stagger, which isn't mentioned in the talents, is absolutely underrated. When you are shooting at enemies, they tend to not shoot back, and that makes face tanking with glass cannon very easy to do, and it's a joy. It really is. It really suits my play style, so I'm a little bit biased to the gun because it allows me to play how I want to play. Now, the tenacity buff in PvP, people have told me that is very OP. When you do get a headshot kill against a team, you're able to take out the rest of the team very, very easily because of that tenacity buff and being allowed to take all of that damage. So that's something that tenacity is used for as well, which is very well. Now, the gun actually used to be better. It used to get extra damage when you got a headshot kill too, but that's no longer the case. They nerfed it a while back, but imagine if that still was the case. You can see why they did nerf this gun, because even with the nerf, for me, it's still the best AR in the game, even though it's not the hardest hitting. Now, the highest damage numbers I've had out of the EB is like a 2.131 mil crit, I believe, with the build that I have. You can get much higher with the likes of an ACR, maybe even an AKM or even a FAMAS, so they do hit harder. But it's not all about the strength. When the stagger of the Eagle Bearer allows you to keep on shooting things for longer. But that's just my opinion. That's my quick review of the Eagle Bearer. I think it's a very, very good gun. It hits very hard and it does the job. The next raid exotic is the Ravenous, and this can be obtained through the Iron Horse raid. You get it in the same way as you get the Eagle Bearer from Dark Hours. And what this comes with, this is a rifle rather than an AR, and it has rifle damage, critical hit damage, and damage to target out of cover on it. And the talent that you get is Jerry and Frecky, where on trigger pull, you fire both barrels at once. And when fired from the right shoulder, hits are defensive primers and defensive primers when fired from the left shoulder. Hits from one shoulder will detonate all of the opposite shoulder's primers when present. When detonated, each offensive primer deals 100% weapon damage, while each defensive primer grants plus 4% bonus armor and plus 10% amplified damage to armor plates for 5 seconds. Primer effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. If you can get the full 10 stacks, it doubles the effectiveness. Now this is a very good exotic rifle. Just because it's not my favorite doesn't mean I don't think it's good. Now, the pluses of this, how I see it with me using it, I think it absolutely tears through warhounds, anything like that, and the armor plates on, say, your boomers or whatnot, and people use it on raids as well to make things very, very easy. So there's this, what you can see on screen now for Morozova. Part of the mechanics is that you got to stagger her when she's using a rocket. Well, with the Ravenous, this makes the stagger very, very easy. You just pop her from the right shoulder, detonate it from the left shoulder, and it stops the stagger just like that. And then over on Dark Hours, you're able to like pretty much cope with one of the weak spots. So, you know, when Razorback stands up, you got the 2 wings to shoot. Well, one person can take out one of those weak points with a Ravenous. You use it with like a glass cannon build and a D50, and the way the gun works with the extra damage to armor plates, if you time it right, you pretty much one-pop the weak spot of a D50. And it's OP, and for that, it is very, very good in my opinion. And for, like I said, Warhounds, it is very, very good. It is a good rifle to use for sure. But coming from a player that loves to use an AR and run and gun, for me, it's situational. You know, I feel that with this, if I was to use this all the time, say, I'd be using cover a lot more. I'd have to take my time a lot more. It's not a gun, say, that I could run into free ads and deal with them. You know, it's kind of like situational, although very, very good. And then last, and in my opinion least, is the Regulus. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying that in the comments. It's just my opinion. I do like the Regulus. I just have more use for the Ravenous, and obviously my favorite weapon is the Eagle Bearer. So I like the Regulus. Let's have a look at what it does before I give you my opinion though. So with the Regulus, you get pistol damage, you get headshot damage, and you get the Regicide talent, where headshot kills create a 5-meter explosion, dealing 400% weapon damage and applying bleed to all enemies hit. It is a very good exotic. Now, this you don't get in the same way as the Eagle Bearer and the Ravenous. This, after you complete Iron Horse, you have a bunch of projects that you're going to complete. Once you've done the projects, you're then going to go through Iron Horse once again to get more exotic parts to be able to craft the weapon. So why is this not my favorite raid exotic, or why is it my worst? Now, it's just more situational than it is the Ravenous. Now, like I said, I do love it. I love how it works. That when you get that one-shot headshot and that explosion, it feels great. It looks great. It is great. Any enemies that spawn with that enemy and they're all close together, they all just get annihilated. But for me, like, I'm a team player. If I was playing solo a lot, I'd probably like it a bit better. But it feels like when I use this, when I created a build around it, a lot of the time, it felt like you're always just trying for that to happen. You know, you're trying to get those ads to be in that certain place at the same time, close enough together for the impact to hit. And a lot, like you're seeing on screen there, it is great. Look, it is beautiful. I'm not going to lie. When it does happen and it all falls in line, it is great. And the more you practice with the build, the more you learn the spawn points and whatnot, the better and more often you're going to see it. And you do need to hit heads. That's something, there was a smart comment made by with the Regulus, you do need to be able to hit headshots. Now, I believe anybody can hit headshots if they practice hard enough. But that's what you do need to do with the build. You do need to aim for heads all of the time, and you're gonna need to run a gunslinger holster. This is what people forget as well. You need enough damage to be able to get that one-shot kill, to get that explosion and for that beauty to happen. And if you don't have the full charge of that gunslinger holster, then you're just going to be taking a little bit of damage off, and it might take 2 or 3 shots to get that kill to create the explosion. So there's a lot that needs to go right. And if you're playing in a team and you're not just playing raids where you're focusing on ads on your own or whatnot, and you got multiple people focusing these ads, then other people might just kill them before you get your shot. In my opinion, I'm going to kill far more enemies during a mission with my Eagle Bearer than I am the Ravenous or the Regulus, say. Although I do agree it's very fun to use. I'm not saying it's a bad exotic. I'm just saying it's my least favorite out of the 3, and I think the most situational exotic. So I'm going to leave that there now and hand it over to you. That's my opinion on the 3 exotics, although all 3 are very, very good. For me, it's the Eagle Bearer first. Definitely suits my playstyle. I much prefer it to the other 2 exotics personally, but I know there's a lot of debate, and I want you to go and debate that now down in the comments. What is your favorite raid exotic? Also, let me know, because it is a fair point, you know. Many people are only going to have the Eagle Bearer. A lot of people aren't going to have any. So if you do only have the Eagle Bearer, technically speaking, you know, your vote doesn't count, and that is a point that was well made. So do let me know if you have all 3 exotics, because yeah, I think that is important. But you can still debate it for sure if you only have one of them. Just keep it friendly in the comments. I want to see your reactions. It'd be fun. We might do another video down the line, or we might speak about it in stream and go over your reactions. So I look forward to reading them. I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching this video today. Truly appreciate it. Hit like and share. Don't forget to do that. Subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate that as well. And then now we are done, come and check out that fantastic gaming community. It's linked at the top of the video description. And go and click join if you want to help me reach 110 channel members. Thank you so much. We're going to be streaming from 5 p.m. today. We're streaming a new game. I'm looking forward to it. It's called The Cycle Frontier. I'll see you there. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.